Hi everyone. Hi. My name is
Daphne
Daphne Khoo. I know you don't know who I am. I might look familiar, like you see me on TV before, or I just look like some Chinese girl that you knew at middle school, or your sister's aunt's cousin's neighbor sent you this video to watch. Either way, before we begin on this journey together, there are a few things that you should know about me. One, I love music. I love to sing. I love all things to do with music. Save heavy metal and screamo. I can't get into those two genres. Pop used to be my absolute favorite genre until Drew and I came up with a whole other new genre. But more on that later. 2, I'm Chinese, in case you wanted to know. 3, I travel and I move a lot. So come along with me on my journey of glitz and glamour. Just kidding, I've lived like a student my whole life. No complaints. 4, born in Australia, raised in Singapore, currently living in LA. 5, I love food, but I am deadly allergic to peanuts and shellfish.
I guess this is what happens when I indulge in things that I'm not supposed to.
I will die. 6, I'm also allergic to grass and flowers. I know that sucks, but mainly please don't ever get me flowers. Please don't ever get me flowers. I'm happy with donations. Just putting that out there. 7, I have a few accents. Now I really should have led with this point, but in case you hear different accents, it is still me. I just developed the ability to switch my accent according to who I'm speaking to. But if I drink enough alcohol, I sound super Australian. Also, if I'm speaking to another Australian, I sound super Australian. I'll go back and forth. And last but not least, I'm a fur mom. I have a 22-month-old Maltese-something. I got her off Craigslist. I do not see wanting to return her anytime soon. We will probably grow old together. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, let's start from the very beginning. I come from a family of 5. A mom, a dad, and 3 girls. 1, 2, 3 girls. I am the middle child in all sense of the word. See, my big sister was a child model. She had beautiful tan skin, this unassuming, innocent face, just gorgeous. My little sister, cutest baby that ever walked the planet Earth. Until she had a baby, and now it's just like a tough call. I did my best. The best comparison between my sisters and I are of us in swimming costumes. Exhibit A, little cute Gracie Khoo, the face of cuteness. My big sister Astrid, stunning photo. My dad was a great Instagram father. And then we have me. I try wearing the prettiest swimsuit, but what are you gonna do? Every time my dad took a picture, I was always singing and trying to find a way to entertain people and make them smile. Fast forward through moving, bunch of bullying, accent change, 1 first place child singing competition, and 9 years later, I remember being in line in the pouring rain, auditioning for the pioneer season of Singapore Idol. We were in 2004. I think that math checks out. I don't know what I can even say. The whole thing was a trip. It was also the platform that opened up an array of stages across Singapore for people that wanted to hear me sing. It was wild. It was crazy. And I was working a lot. And I loved it. I hosted a kids show, a travel show. I even did an acting stint. Couple of acting stints. So while doing that, I also performed solo. I performed with my indie rock band, West Grand Boulevard, and I also danced sometimes with the hip hop crew at Polytechnic. So did a bunch of voiceovers for kids channel in Singapore. In 2007, I released my first full-length album as Daphne Khoo, and it was titled Desperate. I know how it sounds, I named it. Media went to town with me naming it that. But that album snagged me Best New Breakout Artist at the Power 98 Singapore Music Awards.
Winner of the Best Breakout Solo Artist 2008 goes to Miss Daphne Khoo.
Which was huge. It was like the height of my career. I was stoked. While all this was going on, I still had absolutely no idea what I was doing with my life and where I was going. I just knew that if I could make music, I would be happy and I would be okay. And of course, while all this was happening in Singapore, I had to get out. You're all caught up for 2007. Stay tuned next week for... I never actually thought it would happen. Kind of like joining the circus. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you know what I mean. Then,